Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. When you do subscribe, hit the notification bells. Every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So we got more people coming out speaking against Kamala Harris's, I guess, policy, if you will, saying that she's going to fight price gouging of grocery stores. And a lot of people looking at this and saying this has got to be like the biggest load of crap ever, because it doesn't help the consumer as the way she says it does. But don't listen to me. We're gonna go into a very prominent CEO of a major food company, and we're gonna allow him to tell you himself. So this is from MSN.com by way of the Daily Mail, and it reads: grocery CEO slams Kamala Harris's economic plans, claiming proposals have started a war against the middle class. Amazing. The Goya Food CEO has slammed Vice President Kamala Harris's economic proposals, claiming that the government has no business controlling grocery prices. Now, Goya, I'm sure you seen those in the grocery store. As a matter of fact, got a few of the cans in my cabinet. Might have been in there for a while, but I got like chickpeas and black beans, stuff like that. But yeah, I know at the stores out here like H-E-B, they're all on the shelf. So yeah, so it's a guy who knows a thing or two about food, groceries, and prices. Bob Unau, who heads the largest, hope I said it right, who heads the largest Hispanic-owned food company in the U.S., said that grocery businesses will go bust under her proposal. On Friday, which is last Friday, Harris gave her first policy address as the Democratic presidential nominee, where she vowed to create, this was today, where she vowed to create an opportunity economy. This includes a federal ban on price gouging across the food industry. This is when retailers sharply increase the price of necessities, typically to take advantage of an adverse situation such as the COVID-19 pandemic. You know who was actually doing price gouging during the pandemic? It wasn't really major food chains, grocery chains. It was just small stores, your small mom and pop, a lot of those owned by foreigners who saw an opportunity to be greedy and charge crazy amounts for the simplest things. And what's so bad about it, even now, let's say you you go to like a gas station. I mean, just think about it. Go to the gas station and you look for like a case of water. Case of water, Ozarka, for example, costs you about $10 or so, $8 to $10 or so at a gas station. But if you go into a grocery store like H-E-B, it's like $3 to $4 for that same case. So it's already quote unquote price gouging at the gas stations. But the problem is, and it's kind of like if you go to a black store, like a black hair store, and people complain and say that their prices are too high, they're gonna go to the Asians. Well, the Asians got the market cornered. They can buy the hair, they can get the hair gels and supplies, the clippers, the combs, the wigs, all that kind of stuff. They can get it at a cheap price because they are the ones who shipping it in, so there really is no middleman with them. But if you get a black person or your sister or what have you who's trying to start a beauty supply store, she has to go through the middleman. And a lot of times I don't know who has, like the Koreans or the Japanese or China, whoever is running those businesses, who's running the hair care industry. They make it hard for anybody outside of their people to get in and to get a foothold on the business. So I might buy, like I say, a jar of like wave pomade or what have you at the Korean store. And it might be $4 or something. Easy. But if I go to where the sister is selling it at, and try to patronize her store, and to let you know, I will patronize her store if she got what I need in stock. I know the prices won't be extreme, but I'm trying to give her business because that's how you're going to be able to eventually get the prices down, is that you have to frequent the store a lot. They got to, have a lot of business, sell out of their products. That means there's a demand for the products. And so over time, she can start saying, hey, I'm selling so much of your products. I'm going to need you to bring, I can order more, because the more you order, the less it'll cost. Because now you think about it, you start out with a store, you're starting out, first store, you're not going to be able to buy 30 cases of like shampoo, okay? Not going to be able to do it. You may be able to buy one case. You buy one case, you're going to pay regular wholesale price. But if you can buy 30 cases, there's going to be a nice percentage that you can knock off, and you can pass those savings on to the consumer. So that's just for people who out there who go to these stores thinking that some of these stores are too expensive. Well, it's because a lot of times it's just that they don't sell in the volume that the other, that the other store does. And I mean, if you want to put it on, God, I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you want to put it like on street market stuff, like pharmaceuticals, when there's a demand and you have a supply, let's say you have a big supply or something, and there's a demand, you can lower the price. But if you don't have the supply, then the prices go up, and then you have just what they call a drought, because you don't have a lot of supply, but the price is going to go up. But if I got a lot of supply and then not a lot of buyers, then the price is going to go down. So same thing with legalized grocery store business. I don't know why I gave that example. I really don't. It just took me back to some years ago. But the point is, those small stores, the markup is already high. So when the pandemic hit, people needing stuff, don't have the money, don't have the supplies or the stuff that they need for the house, you go to the nearest store that's going to have it. And those people, those small stores were like, well, shoot, let me just go ahead, instead of charging you $2 for a roll of toilet paper, now we can charge you $5 for a roll of toilet paper. And the first thing they say is, well, we don't have supply, so we have to charge because we don't have the supply. Still got to make our money. Just a small little example for y'all. But I hope I said his name right. I know I'm not. I said it two different ways. Told Fox News that the proposals were putting the last nail in the coffin of this economy in this country. From day one, the Biden-Harris administration has started a war against the middle class, he said. Unanu, the CEO of Goya, who spoke at the Republican National Convention earlier this year, told the outlet, they're using a nail gun to put the last nails in the coffin of this economy in this country. From day one, they put executive orders that set this country on a disastrous path. During her address last week, Harris said that the cost of food soared during the pandemic when supply chains shut down and fell. Supply and demand. If I don't have the supply, if I got 1,000, let's say I got these, let's say I was selling these cups. If I got 1,000 of these cups and I got people wanting them at the price that I'm selling, say I'm selling for $5 and people want them, and I sell out, I'm going to keep ordering. And that's my income. That's how I make my living. So I keep my store open. But if the supplier runs out and it's going to be months before we can get another supply, now I'm stuck. I'm not making no money. So whatever cups I have, I'm going to have to raise the price to just kind of offset my losses until the next, the next wave or next shipment of cups come in. But while supply chains have improved, prices are still too high, the vice president said. The CEO of Goya told Fox News that there are always problems if the government gets in the way of the free market. And this would not help inflationary prices. He said, quote, when I was a kid, if you had a lemonade stand and it cost 10 cents for the glass, the straw, the product to go to the store to get it, and then the government comes along and says, I want you to sell a lemonade for a penny. You just got to fold up your lemonade stand and go home. Exactly. Easy, simple example that even a child could understand. He added that grocery businesses tend to make a 1% to 2% profit margin and hire a lot of people. I remember I worked at Walmart years ago, 1996 to be exact. And I wish I would have kept that stock. Looking back on it, because they used to give you, you should get stock options automatically when you work for them back in the day. That's why I like a lot of them people that started out with Walmart back in the day and retired. They retired like millionaires because they had like stock options when the company was still trying to blow up worldwide, right? So anyway, I remember working there, and when we had like one of the meetings, they said that Walmart does not make, they may make like 3% profit on all their products. They sell them cheaper, which we know that's not really true, but they say they sell at the price and they only make like a 3% make a 3% profit on each product, which don't sound like a lot, but when you sell a lot, the money still adds up. So they don't make, it's true, they don't make a lot of money. Convenience stores don't make a lot of money on gas. They probably make like I said, a couple of pennies on a dollar. I think they make like, from what I read like years ago, like if I recall, they make like 7 cents a gallon. Like seriously. Gas stations, convenience stores, they make money when you go into the store. That's why a lot of times when you try to pay, let's say your card don't work, see cashier. Or say you want a receipt back in the day, you say yes, they'll say, oh, we out of paper, see cashier. Because they wanted you to have a reason to come in the store because they make their money from when you go in the store and buy stuff, not from gas. Although they sell a lot of gas, they just, so they don't make the profits because hell, you paying half of the price of the gas you pay is going to taxes, federal and state taxes. Go figure. We're going to put them out of business by controlling prices, he said. Former President Donald Trump also slammed the economic plans, claimed that the controlling grocery prices will lead to rationing, hunger, and skyrocketing prices. True. Economists are divided about the potential impact of Harris's proposal. Some claim actions taken to attempt to combat price gouging can actually make the problem worse. Gavin Roberts, the chair of Webster State University's economic department, told CNN that when prices are high, the best policy action to take is to do nothing. This will cause consumers who are deterred by, say, high prices of beef to instead purchase another type of meat or an alternative protein. In turn, this helps keep beef on the grocery store shelves for people who want it enough to pay the higher prices, he said. He added that the policy would not help the food industry become more competitive. It's more likely to maintain that status quo, he told the outlet. This is because it would keep new competition from moving in to take advantage of the bigger profit margins, which is competition that could have helped lower prices in the long run. And that's anybody who has even tried to hustle or start a legitimate business knows about competition. The only way that you can pretty much guarantee making big profits by keeping your prices high is to have the best products that no one can get anywhere else. And you got to have loyal customers. Loyal customers will come into your store, your place of business, and spend money there. I know places that I'll go and spend extra money and give a nice tip just due to the customer service. I also patronize like black businesses, black vegan restaurants, like close to my job, and I always leave a tip. I mean, you just do it. Good food, good service, and you reward them because, again, you want to be one of the people that help build your community, especially your people, because everybody else do it. So why we can't do it? Because every time I don't even question the price. I look at it and be like, man, I might look at it and say, that looked a little steep, but hey, let's try it out. If it's good, I'll go back. Especially I do that for my people. Like I said about the hair care stores, the hair care store out in Red Oak, Texas. Sister got, I can't think of the name of it right now, but she got a store. And I remember when she started out, she had like 2 shelves running down the middle, a little old small store, or a little small little room, whatever. Sweet. And now that was like almost 2 years ago, I think. And then I went there a couple of times, didn't go back for a while, then went back and she had more shelves, more products, So you could tell that her store was growing. And then now recently, same thing, more sales, more products. Store still growing. I will patronize that store. But the product's a little bit more expensive than people down the street. But them folk down the street, they don't respect you. They look at you like, everybody's a thief, and I'm not a thief, And so I want to go somewhere. Would you say, well, I'm celebrated, not tolerated? Shout out to Anton Daniels. And that's how you got to look at business. But yeah, supply, it's all about competition. If everybody's giving piss post service, then yeah, then people just going to try to find the cheapest price. But if you got some people that got great customer service and treat you like you family, treat you great, like you are the only customer they ever have and want you to come back, yeah, you'll go back. It said, but others have applauded the proposals. Lindsay Owens, executive director of think tank Groundwork Collaborative, told CNN that's not a business. Told CNN that it would give government agencies more authority to crack down on bad actors, charging Americans high prices. It's good to see this aggressive approach, he said. And that's all. Which is a bunch of bullcorn, because I was sitting here wondering, why would she do this initiative? There must have been some price gouging going on, recently. So I looked it up, and I saw this article from, newsnationnow.com, and it reads, and this was just a few days ago, but it says senators launch probe into Kroger over alleged surge pricing. So I'm thinking, oh man, Kroger's doing price gouging? Really? Not Kroger. And this was written on August 13th. And it says the nation's largest grocery store chain is under scrutiny for its use of electronic price tags, raising concerns that prices could be adjusted on the whim. So basically it's saying that it's not actually happening, but it could happen. So we just want to make sure we do an investigation just to make sure that it's not happening or it won't happen. It said Democrats should have known. Senators Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts and Bob Casey of Pennsylvania, both facing re-election soon, recently sent a letter to Kroger questioning their practice. We can get them people out of office, seriously. They're concerned that grocery chain might be using technology known as electronic shelving labels to raise prices when shopping is at its busiest. This could potentially anger customers, although some may have seen it at stores like Best Buy, Amazon Fresh, and Walmart. Exactly. Going to Best, I've seen these stores with these electronic displays. It's just a display with a price on it. That's it. If you shop enough and you spend money enough, you know how much something should cost, right? You know if something is $5 and supposed to be $2.50. You know these things. Man, matter of fact, real quick, went to a hotel a couple weeks ago, out of town, and the guy was selling, he had a little product, and on the what did it say? On the package, it charged, build a room like $5. But on the package, it said it was $125. Retail was $125. So they probably bought it at the store for $125, brought it to the hotel, selling it for $5. Now that's price gouging. My question is, why is she so dead set? And I'm going to do more investigation to see if we can really find a reason why she's going after Kroger or anybody else who's not doing anything but potentially could do it, and not go after the people who are actually doing it now. Like they say, what is this? Someone saying in this article. Let's see. Senators are concerned that companies, specifically Kroger and its many subsidiaries like Ralph's, Fred Meyer's, and King Soopers, may be exploiting shoppers. The grocery giant started using these digital labels at a few dozen stores in 2018. 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. So you done had 6 years to investigate. And let me show you what they found. And it expanded to 500 last year, claiming that technology saves employees time and allowed them to be more productive. In the letters to the Kroger CEO, Warren Casey wrote that widespread adoption of digital price tags appears poised to enable large grocery stores to squeeze customers to increase profits. They cite analyst predictions that so-called dynamic pricing could result in grocery store bills being adjusted like airline tickets. Okay. Kroger has responded. National News contacted Kroger, which just said the stores are dedicated to constantly lowering prices. Everything we do is designed to support this strategy, and customers are shopping more with Kroger now than ever because we are fighting inflation and providing great value. Any test of electronic shelf tags is to lower prices more for customers where it matters most. To suggest otherwise is not true, the company said. Check this out. Earlier this year, the Federal Trade Commission investigated allegations of price gouging at Kroger, but didn't find any definitive proof. It said Kroger is allowed to adjust its process as long as it doesn't conspire with suppliers. So basically, the Fed said there is no evidence that Kroger is price gouging anyone, but yet they investigated over something that may happen. Like I said, I don't understand why they're going after Kroger or these chain stores when you have stores like let's say airlines. Hell, like the toll tags. Like you ever go down a toll road, especially in Texas, and then they got the digital tags where you can see the prices up, up on the screen and stuff. And at certain times of the day, it may be $1.20, let's say. But then at peak times, or they call rush hour or peak times or whatever, it might jump up to $1.75, $1.80. And I ain't been on that toll in a couple of years. But why don't they crack down on that? You see what I'm saying? But you're not cracking down on what's going on. You're talking about what may go on. Like I said, I'm going to do investigations. I'm going to keep it in my head, try to figure out why in the heck are they so worried about grocery store price gouging when you got inflation going on and you ain't taking care of that. Prices are already too high and you ain't taking care of that. I mean, you think people are gouging? Shoot, why you ain't trying to figure out a way to lower the prices that are already high now? Basically, what you're saying is we're going to keep the prices like they are, but we're going to make sure no one takes them too much higher. That's what it sounds like. But again, we're going to keep looking into it. And again, Kamala Harris has no real policies to vote for anyone to really, truly get behind and vote for. So if you still want to be stuck on identity politics, because I see the stories where it says it's about time that America get a woman president. And that may be true, but you got to have somebody with cleaner or better skins on the wall, not Kamala Harris. It's kind of like this. Example. The situation with George Floyd and what happened to him. They made him a martyr for the Black American community because of what the police did to him. The policeman was in jail. Yep. And everything, which is great. But my issue is George Floyd, albeit it was minimal, and no, I'll say it a million times, he should never die. She just got a ticket and moved on with your business. But George Floyd was not doing anything legal. I would have felt better if the people, if you're going to protest and riot, it would have been over Trayvon Martin or Tamir Rice, or the young brother, was he in Cleveland or Cincinnati, something like that, had a toy gun and got shot by the police playing in the park. 12-year-old boy. Stuff like that is what you should ride for. My point is, Democrats are quick to fight over things that you're using the wrong representative to make a point, or the wrong point for the representative. You can go back to, what was her name? Rosa Parks. They used Rosa Parks as the face of the civil rights movement because she didn't want to go to the back of the bus. When in all actuality, and there have been interviews done with some of the people around that time, around Rosa Parks. there was a young girl, can't think of her name, that the discrimination really happened to her on the bus. And she was supposed to be the face that was going to put her out there during the civil rights era about getting these laws changed, these rules changed for black people going to sit wherever they want to because you're paying the same money, but then you got to get off, run to the back. Hopefully the bus driver doesn't close the door on you and take off with your money. So you should get the same treatment. You spend the same money, right? But the young girl turned out to be pregnant. So they dropped her and went and got Rosa Parks. Same thing. It's like it was all like a setup, but they had to do it, I guess, to get the laws and stuff changed, spearhead to get the laws and stuff changed. But it's funny because nowadays, it wouldn't matter if the girl was pregnant, 15-year-olds getting pregnant or not, they would have put it out there. But things have changed, morals and marriage have changed and stuff. But that's a whole different story for a different time. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's dialogue. You know how we do around here. Hey, don't forget to support the channel. There's 4 ways you can support non-monetary. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's like, share, comment, and subscribe. All 4 ways. Excuse me. Cost you nothing but maybe 2 minutes out your day, but it means the world to me. But if you would like to support financially, you can do super thanks, super chats, or go to the description box. There are links there you can click on to where you can support financially. And don't forget to go to marlonmorale.com. It's marlonmorale.com. Like your first purchase is, you get 10% off your first purchase. We got beard kits, got perfumes, colognes for men and women, silk do-rags, silk scarves, all luxury, high quality prices. High quality products, reasonable prices. I promise you will not be disappointed. But with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on other